Hey guys, Dr. Odom here for InteractiveJellyBeans.com. This is a recap of our power session that we had last night, which is where we get together with my sweet spot seems to be small businesses, and we kind of work on some organizational development and leadership skills. And the past one, or the one that we did last night, was all about vision. And it had some people express some interest about wanting a recorded resource to watch, so I figured I'd give it a shot. I didn't record the Google Hangout last night or put it up on YouTube or anything. So this is just kind of a summary of what we talked about last night. I don't have my screen up where I can read my notes and be all concise like I was last night, but I did got my notebook. So I'm going to thumb through my notebook, so just bear with me. Kind of listen instead of watch me because there's not a lot of production value. But hopefully the content will be awesome. Speaking of content, the content or the whole purpose or the context around Interactive Jelly Beans is a world inspired. My vision is to see the world lifted up with inspiration because I believe there's so many awesome people that have so much stuff buried down on top of them that they can't lift above it and live the life and have the impact that they truly should have on the planet. And just think how awesome the planet would be if we all were inspired, if our impact all increased. That's the vision of Interactive Jelly Beans, and I thank you guys for being a part of it, especially you guys on the call last night, okay? So, we're talking about vision. And the reason I want to talk about vision is because I read something the other day, and it made me think. It was like, why do good people become crappy managers? So I kind of switched that in my brain. Why do good people become crappy leaders? Because it's basically the same thing. Because like in small business, like, you know, in a professional, you go to school, you get a degree, or you come up with a good idea, you work really hard, you're a good person, you have all intentions on being an awesome, successful business person. And you work really hard and you're doing good things, you're doing great things for your patients and your clients and your customer base, but people don't like to work for you. Why is that? Because you came into the business or whatever you're doing with the biggest and open of hearts. So what happened? You're a good person, or we're good people, or there's tons of good people out there that are just awful at management. So that's what we're talking about, because I believe the problem is they go in with clear eyes and then they don't have a written down concise vision, and then they slowly get off the path. And it's not really one big decision usually that makes you turn from a good person to a crappy leader. It's usually like lots of little decisions that get you off the mark. You know, you kind of lose your North Star where you're trying to go. And little decisions, you know, I don't know math, I don't know what it's called, but like in geometry, like if you get off course a little bit, if you extrapolate that over time, it gets bigger, 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 like that. So it's those little decisions that we make that are off of our North Star that cause our company to go and get where we don't want it to go, okay? And the people, you get turnover, you don't get the most out of your people are working, your team's not inspired, you're not impacting the world that you want, excuse me. I mean, everybody wants to be a good boss or a good leader, but it also affects your output, it impacts your impact, it makes you work harder to do the things that you need to do. If you're going to work harder, you want to at least produce the results. But if you don't have an inspired team, or if you're a crappy leader, you're going to have to work so much harder to yield the same output. So instead, let's increase our output, okay? So vision's tough.